me country man in no stress. I receive. I make a say receive. I be looking in the mirror, this is really looking clearer. Dear God, can you bless me? Lot of haters standing near, test my faith, I don't fear. Takes a lot just to break me. Who knew? One day I beat this bad, who you? I put all my faith in my God, so true. The way that reflects in the booth with the crew. Catching more blessings every time I go. Overdosing on blessings. See me country man in no stress. I'm overdosing on blessings. See me country man in no stress. I receive. I make a say receive. I receive. I make a say receive.
Interlude on the beat, baby.
Baby girl, you're beautiful. I like the way that you take it, make it and break it. You take it, reshape it and bring it back and make it a statement. There ain't no mistaking. I take the phone with the way that you shake it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful Wednesday, the 9th of March 2022. Welcome to the Morning Mix. Ephraim and Natalie, you guys are the first ones to comment. Well, welcome to the Morning Mix. Morning, gents.
Morning.
Good morning.
That could be actually a phrase like in Tamara. We say, Ephraim Natalie.
Yeah.
Ephraim Natalie.
As far. That's like a phrase of surprise or shock.
In Tamara.
Ja.
Oh, ja.
Colin, Malume, môre twee ou toppies het een kort man. Hoe's dit daarso? Ons is hierso. Ja, Colin, het jy die koppietjie ingesit? I saw your video yesterday night. Somebody sent your video clip to me. Van Malume says he's tired of men who keeps on telling women, ek wil net die koppietjie insit. It's time that we need to own up and we need to pay and we need to own the responsibility of making our mavutus our wives.
Yes, we
Take
need
the
more
women,
commitment.
commit. Dis nie net koppietjie insit nie. Malume, wie sê nog op hierdie ouderdom ek wil net koppietjie insit na 4-5 children?
You will be surprised, Neville.
Hou op, man.
You will be surprised.
Excuse
It works still. It still works. Ek dink werk nog.
I have not.
Ek dink nie die probleem lê by die koppietjie indruk nie. Ek dink die probleem lê by die koppietjie uittrek.
So that's where the problem is.
Yes.
Aha. So you guys, please, it is not about kopiekie indruk. Is withdraw your statement. Withdraw your statement right there.
Now that you're saying withdraw, I remember that South African minister that was asked to withdraw, saying the lady was a baboon. He said, I withdraw. Ooh.
Wow, and it's one of the things that I miss. It's definitely the South African Parliament. Ever since COVID came, and we know before COVID, South African Parliament under Jacob Zuma was just fire with the EFF, fire. The insults back and forth was just epic. Festus Katuna Moro Moloke ni goeiemôre kerels. Sylvia Wakumbwa Moro Kaufi Tigu Malume Moro Sylvia, thank you so much for joining us. Tayshaun is op pad na die 12. Tayshaun is op pad na die 12. Wat gaan maak jy in die 12 mee, bro?
Tayshaun 'n truck driver of what?
I don't know. We need to
Like he's every week he's somewhere else.
Can somebody? We're not gonna ask Tayshaun, okay? Since Tayshaun likes to ask questions here on the show, we'll also ask questions now. Can somebody please tell us what is Tayshaun doing? Because he's in another town, and I believe he was even in Joburg recently or whatever. So what is he doing? Natalie, ek sien van Natalie vanoggend, sy het 'n rooi oog. Okay? Ja, sy is van Penningstraat. Ja, sy is 'n rooi oog. But she
Rooi oogbende. Bestaan die rooi oogbende nog?
vra vir Natalie of die rooi oogbende nog
Does
bestaan.
the rooi oogbende gang still exist?
Yeah, because she looks like she can be part of the rooi oogbende today. She's got one red eye. She told me this morning it's due to sinus. She's got a sinus problem.
And Kaufi walked into a tree.
Yeah, Kaufi walked into a tree last.
And we full-heartedly believe Kaufi.
And,
Yes, of course.
and Natalie.
We believe them both.
We believe them both. En die remedy vir sinus asseblief, want die pharmacy Sinex en drops help nie. Ek gemoer vanoggend. I think you, Natalie, just keep on using it, eh? My son and my daughter is going through the same thing at the moment. Obviously not with the eyes, but yeah, it's it seems to be a constant problem with the greens out there currently. Die veld is baie groen, so you get a lot of people who do suffer
Hay fever.
of hay fever and sinus problems. Mutatio Karstens, môre. Daar gee Sylvia vir jou. She just gave you a good remedy. Die man smuggle drugs. Ja, ek het geweet. Ro, ek het geweet.
Never, one of the traditional remedies is mos jou kind moet op 'n tissue pee en dan sit jy dat op die oog.
My mother used to do that with me.
Nee?
And did it help?
Yeah.
I had
and I
to-
don't know how they find out this stuff, but
I had to always pee in a little pot, and then my mother would take a cloth, and then she would wipe my eyes out with it.
Okay.
And it, as a kid, ons was al met ons eie pee uitgewas, and it worked. It's
Boereraad.
nee, is nie boereraad nie. Fuck. It's nie hulle se raad nie. Lokasieraad. But it has worked. It has always worked. For all we know, sinus can be Tayshaun. For all we know, sinus can be a Zimbabwean.
nice one, nice one.
Oh, julle is Oh, julle het lelike maniere.
Baie lelike maniere.
Estomi said, Tayshaun is a tycoon, that's all I can say. He's sightseeing the country. He was recently in Rundu, so watch out. Ja, Kasirat. Ja, Kasirat. Tangeni with the capital say, biertrok het in die 12 geval.
But maybe that's the reason why Tayshaun is on his way there, to see if he can just
Nee.
get a couple of bottles. It's always so sad when you see one of these beer lorries fall over.
Is it sad?
Very.
Oh.
Yes.
Why is it
Because
sad?
some of these bottles, they break and then all that nice beer is just lying there.
It is nice for us. We look for the ones that didn't break.
Yeah. I still don't.
Aluta continua.
Yeah. Oh.
In the 12.
Is it in die 12?
Nee,
Is dit nie in die 12
It's in Windhoek.
Daai likkie in Windhoek nie. Can somebody please confirm?
I think it's in Windhoek.
Is
It's in, ek dink is die Greenwell se kant.
dit Greenwell se kant?
Ja, van like jy kan ook ek check die Shabin raak man. Ek check die Shabin raak. Ek dink is dat Greenwell as I'm under correction guys.
Nee.
Ek dink is Greenwell se kant, maar ek dink jy is in die 12.
No, it's definitely not in die 12. Ek het gedink is by die kus.
Hey.
Yeah. But never mind. Can you guys please just confirm these two naked women?
Strippers, Neville. It's a profession. They were strippers.
That's a strip show I don't want to see. Disgusting.
Are we talking about that WhatsApp video that made the rounds?
Yes. You know, there's these two women who appeared naked. The one was on the hood of a taxi,
Right.
spreading her legs, and the other one leg heel tati links voor in die taxi, and this guy was filming it, saying public indecency,
It's a-
julle sal opgesluit word.
It's against the law.
It's against the law.
Only because they are black. We had white strippers and they were not. Yeah, me, I've had problems. I'll talk the
That
terms.
was at a private venue.
No,
We're not talking about
we
all the-
said it's
all
public
of it.
indecency.
No. You got a point.
Yeah, we said,
You have a point.
and the broccoliers of
was-
Facebook was on my case most.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, let us went.
Okay, let us win.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. Let's just quickly, before we get to the news, let's just quickly
Beauty
just
of
speak.
the female body.
Huh? The female body.
Yeah. The
So-
beauty of the female body.
So did the police expect these two magochas to do a strip show at the back of the police van? That's why they put in those Chinese mattresses there at the back.
Yeah,
that in the video as
and you
well.
know the white strippers also had the Chinese mattresses, the same type. So
need-
yeah, let's. Why are they arrested
Why
and
aren't
not
there
the white?
mattresses in the back of that police van? What did they want to do to those women?
Frage.
We must speak to Tate Taitunga. Is it now the norm that there
Yeah.
are mattresses in the back of
The
police vehicles?
Daar's veronderstel om 'n tyre agter te wees. 'n Spaarwiel.
Okay.
That, you know, and this is what they use. This is what white people used to do to us as ons opgetel word before independence, and they throw you there in the back of that bakkie. Daar's daar 'n tyre agter. En sê, "Hey! Hou vas hierdie tyre. Ons ry nou." Then they would drive around with you like, you know, on roads that are so bumpy, and hy tyre skit, nee. Hoe moet jy daai tyre hou vas daar
Oh my
agter?
God, man.
So
So the police have upgraded since then.
they've upgraded from tires to mattresses now.
Mattresses.
This
Okay.
gas.
Oh, never.
Day.
But I want to know why she used the Aluda continuo.
Why? Because she was not a political prisoner. Because this is what she was trying to say. She's no political prisoner. Public indecency is as you don't make a political statement just by the fact that you are naked somewhere.
I was
But-
cringing like no.
You're disgusting.
The other one just came up cool.
I think those two women, they are definitely, candidates for Mugo of the Week.
Yeah. And why are women not afraid of jail like that? These ladies were like, ons hulle het gepak.
Yeah.
As if they're going home. Hulle het 'n hele hangers gepak. Met kosblikke en goed. Twee ijscream bakke. Never. Why are women not afraid of going to jail? If it was us, dis so geworde do heel ons joh.
Zie ek nie.
But they like packed as if they were to Mauritius or something.
Say again.
They packed as if they were going to Mauritius or
Yeah.
a holiday resort.
I still want to know which town was this, but people will tell. Never
But
moet
she's
dit
a
nie.
political prisoner. Never. We must
Gamma.
just understand.
Malume sê, never moet dit nie in Afrikaans sê nie. Sê in Damara taal, dit klink sexy. Danaros
Uisa.
Quisa. Ek het dit gisterand gesien, Danaros Quisa. Toe dink ek, ooh,
Tamara can never be a sexy language.
it is.
Yeah.
Ali Maiden Yoma says, how many beer did you manage to get? Marlon Narib said, Tamara Rat, get rid of them permanently, dear. Get the operation, Natalie. This is what Jürgen Kesep says in terms of the sinus problems that Natalie is struggling with. Texa, Zelly, Texa is what we use at home at the moment, and that really works well. Neddy, ek gaan haal 'n koek by jou sussie in Okanja. Ek sal laat Gabriel in 'n houer piepie, dan bring ek vir jou. Nee, maar Natalie moet haar eie piepie gebruik. She can't use the piepie of somebody else. Okay? Aliefie, daar's nie 'n manier nie. No, daar sit jy met jou sinuses if you don't want to take piepie. Ronnie Joe, good morning. DC Amaruru, how do people want to go to Amazon while have sinus here in Namibia? Fragile.
That's a plea.
Jürgen says, I did. Healing was horrible, maar it's worth it. Ek staan ook in Okanja, maar geen piepie op my oë nie. Here, ek's klaar half blind. Sê Natalie. Sylvia says, laat weet if it helped. I didn't have it heavy, but it helped. Mutatio says, ish, Gabriel is stout. Hy sal op jou face piep. Ai, weet jy. The truck lost control at the Luderitz and South African roundabout. High in Keetmans early yesterday morning. It was reported by the Sun News yesterday. Oh, I see that roundabout. Mutumba. Keetmans se mense is swak. Hulle het niks bier gekry nie. Jo. Estomish vra, Kofi, why was Yotsumep a bit racist town before in the days? Just curious, and what has changed now? Estomish, so many towns were racist.
Maybe
let's not even talk about Uchu or Chobabas. All these small towns, I'm telling you, Estomish, it was rough. Cops were using tear gas and rubber bullets to chase the people away. Aha! So the police were ready this time around. Lozi is a sexy language. Imagine all the just leading to the final destination. Kofi, lead us to the final destination.
This is Informanté Live, and these are our top stories. According to the United Nations, 2 million people have fled the Ukraine, making it the fastest growing refugee crisis since World War II, while the UN's World Food Programme is calling for urgent donations. Poland has received more than 1.2 million Ukrainian refugees, the most of any nation. In Ukraine, food, water and medicine grow increasingly scarce. Civilians were leaving on buses amid a 12-hour-long ceasefire after Russia and Ukraine agreed on establishing 5 safe corridors for people to escape the fighting. Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk said both sides agreed to cease fire from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for the evacuation of civilians. Humanitarian corridors have opened from Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv and also Mariupol, as well as Kiev, the Interfax news agency reported, citing the Russian Defense Ministry. In the capital Kiev, soldiers and volunteers have built hundreds of checkpoints to protect the city of nearly 4 million using sandbags, stacked tires, and also spiked cables. The repatriation process of Namibian nationals from Ukraine is going well, as a total of 49 Namibians have returned so far, the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation has said. The ministry stated that the country had 89 nationals in Ukraine when the crisis broke out. Of these, 81 are safely out of Ukraine, and one national indicated that she is safe, but she does not want to reveal her whereabouts. We are in contact with 6 nationals who are still in the Ukraine, including the 4 who were successfully rescued in Sumy, which is a hotspot. Of the 6, 5 are on their way to the Polish border. The other one, we are still working to secure a safe route out of Ukraine, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, said. And finally, the Namibian police confiscated drugs worth over 4 million Namibia dollars in February and arrested 106 suspects on drug-related charges. From the 1st to the 28th of February, 140.594 kilograms of cannabis valued at 1,405,940 Namibia dollars, 1,219 Mandrax tablets valuated at 146,280 Namibia dollars, 7.5 grams of cocaine powder valued at 1,750 Namibia dollars, 61 units of crack cocaine valued at 6,100 Namibia dollars, and 4.965 kilograms of heroin valued at 2,482,500 Namibia dollars, and 25 bags of paraformaldehyde valued at 1,033 Namibia dollars and 60 cents were seized. According to NAMPOL spokesperson Deputy Commissioner Kauna Shikwambe, a total of 106 suspects were arrested for illegal trading of drugs. Your share price today, the 9th of March, is at 1 Namibia dollars and 30 cents per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 30 cents, against the euro at 16 Namibia dollars and 60 cents, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars. This is Informanté Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informanté.web.na.
Informanté News. Informanté News. Firm but fair.
And it's competition time again on Informanté Live. 4 weeks Easter competition. This week you stand a chance to win a voucher to the value of 1,500 Namibia dollars for accommodation at the Mola Guest House in Swakopmund. All you have to do is hashtag the Mola Guest House in the comment section of the competition post on our Facebook page. This week's competition ends on Friday the 11th. Winners will be announced on social media.
Wow. Continue to take part in the Mola Guest House competition. If you would like to go to Swakopmund over the Easter weekend. Did you guys make any plans for the Easter weekend?
At this stage, not yet, but my family, we might be traveling to the coast. It's a might.
Nee?
They will sê my eers wanneer begin die Easter weekend.
It's the naweek van die 17de.
Ja, die 17de.
April.
It's in the middle of the month before payday.
Seriously, Jesus must
Moet ons
get
ook gifts gee daai
his
tyd.
priorities straight. Gifts to who?
To the woman.
Nee.
Easter is hulle se dag ook.
Nee,
Easter eggs
hulle het
to the
genoeg
studio.
gehad gister. Excuse me.
You bring Easter eggs and chocolate Easter bunnies to the studio
Ja.
in a basket.
And put it there.
Yes.
Yeah, why are we not having an Easter hamper competition here? Why not?
We need to speak to the competition people.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we need to have another Easter bunny competition.
You know what
Easter egg competition.
Devil, you know what we had a family tradition, and my mom and you know her compatriots. Hulle sal hy Easter eggs and bunnies and wat gaan koop, and the day before Easter they will go out like that side of Arabush. Daar nog eens op baie gebuld was, and then they will go hide the stuff. and then they will take us there, and then we have to go look for the stuff. And it was so nice. Like, that was good family time.
Yeah.
That was good family time, and I miss those days so much.
But why? You can still do it.
And now we just meet at funerals and weddings. Now there's no family, never. Everybody hates everybody now.
Yes.
For some or whatsoever reason. Now everybody wants to be like, my family is me, my husband, and my kids.
Kofi, in your communities, I see a lot of. It's obviously in terms of how you guys interact as families. Obviously, is on a much more smaller scale. But you guys normally, your brothers, etc., you guys have a habit of. Ashila Amal and Windhoek, I don't know if all of your siblings and families are staying in Windhoek for that matter. But you guys get together over weekends for braais and
Not that much in my family. We do meet each other, but not like regularly. For example, I might go a month or two without seeing my brother, but we'd give a phone call here and then just to touch base.
And where does he stay?
Yeah, in Windhoek.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But some families are definitely much closer. Kind of where you have to phone daddy and mommy every day, and you have to check up on Boetie and Sissy every day, and all that kind of stuff. But
I speak to my mother every day.
Okay.
She's 73 years old this year, and relatively still healthy. I mean, touch wood, that she will still be with us for a number of years, but it's important. It's important for me to continuously to have the relationship with her. With my siblings, I speak to my brother. Today's Wednesday. We'll probably see each other on Friday.
Okay.
And you can must know what the ritual is like on a Friday. If I'm somewhere or whatever, or my daughter is at my mother's house, my brother's bar is just across my mother's house. So then I'll pop in, and then I'll see him, and then we'll chat for an hour or two or whatever, and then we're off.
But sommige mensen die familie is, it's dark places.
Yeah.
Like I don't like me and my brother. Like this year, I haven't seen my brother.
Where's your brother?
He stays here in Windhoek, but we haven't met. Like that's what I'm saying. We meet at funerals. Like I think last week on Saturday, I actually met him at the funeral. But he has his own people. We're like, who's that price?
But you guys call each other?
Waarschuw. No, we don't.
But my family, for instance, I've got a very small family in terms of my immediate family.
Understand.
The kids would come every other weekend, and then basically it's just Zelly and our mom that we look after.
Yeah.
So we're very tight. We see each other obviously every day, and we check up on each other. So that's a daily thing.
Yeah. It's the same with my mother-in-law. I mean, we would see my mother-in-law maybe at least once or twice a week. We would see her, but Mevrouw speaks to her mother every day.
Yes,
it's just
that's just the way it is. Some families don't have just different habits. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong necessarily.
Ek hoor jou.
Yeah, but some people now have the belief that if you just keep things between you, your husband, and your kids, it works much better. Than including your family and all that. So that's why people are doing it now.
I would love to see more of my siblings if I had a choice.
Yeah.
If I really had a choice, I would love to see more of my siblings, especially over weekends, because I love my siblings and my in-laws, my swaras. My wife's brothers and sisters, those are my family. I prefer to hang with them.
Yeah.
So, but because of time and commitments that most of the time it's me that can't be there, because I'm busy here or there over the weekends, and as a result, I can't see my siblings or my family. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and a really funny thing happened there, like when we were having the funeral arrangements. Of course, I'm not in the family funeral WhatsApp group because I don't work at a bank. You have to work at a bank to be added to that group. Bank and up, Namcor stuff. So I met the guys the transport guys. Wat karre moet gee laat dit gerei word.
Okay.
So we have this cousin of ours that rich auntie. She feels like funerals are a waste of time. Why do we have to feed these people? Why do we have to buy this tent? Why do we have to rent this tent? These people must just come bury and go home.
Where does she come from?
And she comes from the same background as me, even much younger than me. She's just married to the Auckland Park mannetjies. The parents with policies. The GIPF kinders.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and she has this mentality of like, again, she doesn't feel like we should even be like, we should just like cremate him and what. But if her mom dies and somebody says that, I think she will have a different opinion of that. But it's not like, as we move, people try to follow trends. Like people are getting married in jeans and stuff now, just in the Magastrat, and it's like, they say it's much more cheaper. That is like black debt. Like that's what they say. They say, like, why should we go and feed these people for a marriage? And everything is changing with time.
Kaufi, what, you being a German, what is tradition important to you? Because let's say your mother and father came to Namibia from Germany with a certain set of traditions,
Sure.
which is German tradition.
Yes.
Have you followed those traditions, especially in terms of weddings, funerals, birthdays, or whatever German rituals or traditions that you have? Do you?
My mother was the main one when it came to
She's the
making
matriarch.
sure that we're sticking to our traditions. So
Yes.
let's start off with, let's say, Easter and Christmas.
Yeah.
That was very important to her in terms of the family and making sure that the family gets together.
Yeah.
So you needed to have a really, really good excuse to not be in Tsumeb on Easter and not be in Tsumeb on Christmas time. Then birthdays, well, not so much birthdays because we were quite a fragmented family. I'll give you an example. We all went to school in Cape Town as children. My parents were here, So birthdays, it was usually a bit of a mess. We couldn't get together for birthdays. But then when it comes to funerals and weddings, yes, very much. You get dressed properly.
Yeah.
At a funeral and a wedding. At a funeral, you make sure you get the right bouquet of flowers to put onto the casket or give to the family. So yes, no. It was important to us.
Come vra so before I get to Mitch, before I get to you. Are they, for instance, at a wedding, a true German wedding, in terms of, are there specific rituals that in German culture that you follow?
Not in terms of German rituals,
Yeah.
but more in general rituals, like, the cutting of the cake, the throwing of the garter, the throwing of the bouquet, and that kind of stuff.
Kyk, die rede hoekom ek vra, and this is why I'm getting to you now, Mitch. My cousin from my Damara side, he is getting married to a Damara woman. Okay? And this lady is staying, and her parents are staying in Groot Oup. So for the past week, okay, because the verloving, the engagement party was on Saturday. Kaufi, in the Damara tradition, jy kak my broer.
You're not there.
No. There's a ritual in the Damara culture where, let's say Zelly was a Damara woman. Then the family of her will put you through a few rituals to see if you have the stamina and the heart to earn their daughter. So dis trouvra vir 'n week. Okay? So on Monday you get there.
They beat the crap out of you.
Okay, not literally.
Oh, okay.
But they will break you down emotionally as far as they can to see if you have the stomach to stay the course in asking for the hand of their daughter.
I see.
Like how far will you go to be with her? So there is a saying in Damara, they say a man wat 'n vroumens kan hanteer, né? Kan die nasie lê. It's like trasa tanik ka outkuipke kuba.
So it's kind of, you marry the girl, you marry the family.
You marry the family. Yeah.
So what they will do is like the first week they'll be like, okay, so your family has to be here around 9 o'clock. When you come there 9 o'clock with your family, there's nobody, the doors are locked, everything. And you're like, yo, I was supposed to come ask for the hand in marriage. So there's nobody, and then a kid comes to you and be like, my oma goed is by die plaas 300 kilos van hier vanaf. Hulle het gesê hulle moet daarna toe gaan. You go there, and the people are just, they don't care about you guys being there.
They're just oblivious. They're just ignoring you.
They're just ignoring everybody.
Come on. Hell no.
Yes.
And then the next day, then you will also have to have some people that knows the culture, so they'll teach you like, okay, don't worry, we'll just put down our fire here, we'll camp here with them today. And the next morning, they just decide, okay, now they're going home, you guys must come 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock you come, they want you to be on your knees and
you need to crawl
up till the girl. You come there are like 7 girls, same height, their faces are covered. You must now know who's your wife.
They put you
And
through rituals.
you
like
pick the wrong one, you're in trouble.
Jeez.
I mean, what they did to us
And
last
I'll
week.
just take the girl with the 9 toes.
Like last week, the family instructed us that said we will not arrive there without a sheep,
Yeah.
but the sheep must be
White.
spirvet,
There
Alive.
must be no,
spirvet, alive.
Okay.
There must not be one blemish of little black or little dirt or this or little that. Daai skaap moet spier wit is. And if they do find that there's a little spot on that sheep,
go back.
vat julle se skaap terug and you come back when you bring me a sheep
That's white.
that's white. For example. Here is klomp comments here, so let me quickly start reading the comments.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Tradition.
Lovely. It's
yeah.
lovely. I love it.
Yeah. All I can say in defense of that, okay? I love tradition. I personally feel that we need to keep our traditional values as tough as it is for other people. But if you want to be part of a family, you need to conform to how people do stuff. Whether it's the Zambezi culture or the Wampu culture or the German culture or the Bastard culture or whatever, you get with the program. Kom ons lees gou some of the comments. Nee, definitely not R. Kelly style, Pipi, Rovera. Lost Chubeb Salanis 8. Sylvia Wakumba says, can you hear Kaufi read with a Z there? Is daar 'n Losi Mavutu op die stream? Aha, ons ken wie is daai Losi Mavutu. We know who that is. Estomish says, steam yourself with Neville's favorite remedy, Vapor Up and Anaconda. You just love the word Anaconda, don't you, Estomish? The headlines are enough for now, Kaufi. Weather and COVID can wait until the end of the show, said Tangeni with a capital. Let's talk about the petrol dollar. Says Joshua Hadula, the Cold War has begun in America. The 37th President Richard Nixon's policy on regulating the OPEC system is about to fall. Putin is busy weakening the US dollar. Embrace yourself or brace yourself. Petrol prices will be spiking high. Is the offer coming with transport money? My friend is talking, but her account is on zero, says Ailey Maida. Narcos in Namibia, we must step up our drug depots with the police. We don't want a Sunnyside or Alexander in Windhoek which is flooded with drugs and drug lords. Please, Nampol, hire more drug sniffing dogs and body camera for our cops, says Mutumba. Morish, Shora, guys, keep the comments shorter because there's a lot of comments to read. Eileen Maida says, is the competition coming with transport money? Hey, because my friend is taking part, but the account is on 0. Stephanus talk about the drug lords, social responsibilities that the church's government combine. Muau says, let's just be honest, some families are just toxic. That's why some people isolate themselves from family members. But we are not ready for that discussion. Let's talk about that. Okay, Muau? Nee, Neville, as oma gegaan het, dan is dit klaar. En ek dan, vader vir myne, al is ons allemaal so stubborn, we still do make time for each other every weekend. Natalie, you will become the matriarch of the family, okay? You become the matriarch of the family. As oma gaan, then the next girl must take over. When my grandmother died last year, my mother is now the matriarch of the family. Teshon van dat swara Edmund geraak het onze family groep is en geremove. Ja, julle sal regkom. She's listening now. You'll be the ice boy in the family. Natalie says, Jay's 100%. Some family hates uncomfortable conversations. Muhau says, can someone elaborate on the lodge competition? I really missed it and I can't find the info on the Informanté page. Towards the end of the show, we will talk about that again, Muhau. Janice says, when my Ozali passed away, it was gates for family gatherings. That is very sad, Janice. That's very sad. Joshua Hadula says, my Russian family-in-law is very close. Dating Vladimir Putin's daughter is not easy. He calls me every second day. Esther says, white people funeral is simple, so is the church, not long hours until you pass out. Sylvia says, that's simply forgetting where you come from. Net omdat jy nou sorted is, it make my blood boil Psalms. I hear what you say, Sylvia. Janice, Stephanus James, en reeds die antie wat die kie vir drinkkamer hou. Yeah, Mitch, I'm in agreement. A bride take-away plate, not those 7-color meals with a big cigarette beer. Even slaughtering an entire ox for aunties and uncles to carry an entire thigh away is unnecessary for me, says Mutumba. Buying and enforcing loyalty, really? The contracts are enforced subtly via violence. Unnecessary hedging in their world would not, say Stephanus James, says Trinit Lovu. Where come of Stephanus James? It's the weather is near here. Wag. Genesis. So a person must go through 12 years a slave before you marry a Damara lady.
Yeah, boy.
Net so.
That's a Genesis.
Mekulu says, I love tradition. Estomi says, traditions are good, but funerals and weddings can be costly due to long planning in the black community. Damara in-laws can keep their daughter all that stress for her to come and put you through hell in the marital home, says Mutumba. Shora says, ek moes ook 'n spierwitskap gebring het. Dit was nie maklik nie. Some traditional values, says Mutatio Karstens. How go to the Informanté live page. Sylvia says, I agree. It's interesting to learn about different cultures and traditions. Guys, please share some of your traditions.
Yeah.
I would love to hear what are some of the practices that you guys have in your family. Trini, share with us how do you guys handle weddings in Mzansi? That would be very interesting. Yeah. Natalie says, my tradition is baie interessant, maar hier dis duur. Marry the girl, marry the family self. Food, says Tangeni. Overstaying and cooking 5 times a day en iwala toch vir pap en tee. Normally what happens with us in my family setting, when I got married, the ritual normally is, and luckily I married Om Kalo Lewe.
Ja, om Carlo lewe.
Om Kalo Lewe.
Jy moet 2 rims gebring het.
Ja.
2 mikrims.
Yeah, magrams. So my wife is colored, so it was easier because coloreds, I mean, op die oog af, from the naked eye, does not seem to have a lot of tradition. Okay, and it obviously maybe if there are any Buster people on the stream, maybe they can share with us whatever it is that they are doing. But I remember, I went to my mother-in-law with my mother, and we took a little gift hamper with, and because my mevrouw, her father was not in her life at the time, because mother and father has been separated, so the mother was the woman that we went to speak to. So we gave her a little hamper as a token of our tradition, and then we asked for the hand of Inge, and then they somewhere immediately agreed. It's fine. It's cheap. So that was nice. But on the Friday, normally on a Friday, not on a Thursday, our tradition at my mother's house, we would slaughter 2 cows. Okay? And we would have food, aardappelslei, rice, macaroni, wortelslei, beer, cheap whiskey, tobosa. That is now for the family or the
people at home
who cannot go to the hotel. That is how it works. Then you have a separate budget for the country club or Droombos or whatever. Okay? So, Kalfi, the average budget of a black wedding, if I have to give you a thumbsuck monetary value, is roughly around 150 to say $200,000.
And now you're counting from the verloving ook.
Yeah.
You have to count that too.
Yeah.
So you voor jy verloof raak ook, is daar nog baie goed wat jy moet doen. And it's a lot of traveling as well, and
Right.
My verloving party, my engagement party. Funny enough, you guys will not believe this. My engagement party years ago was right here.
in Vater van Keetman.
This in the early 2000s.
That's the canteen.
This was a canteen.
Yes.
This was a restaurant. Here where we sit, this was a restaurant area here, and then this front area here was a restaurant. So our engagement party was right here, way back, way back.
Nice. And never. What I used to hate a lot is like that old topies, but the ones that do emotionally disturb you now. Yo, once they asked the other dude, my uncle was getting married to another Tamara. So they asked like, "Vare jy die groot neus Tamara meisie kan gekry?" Yo, then the girl's father jumped up and the girl's father, "Hey, jy praat nie so oor wat nie."
That's nonsense. That is just nonsense.
Die mense terg mekaar in die story.
That's nonsense.
And then the guys, after having that type of argument, heated argument, the Owens are gaan sit agter die vuur, drink, wat. It was like, fuck,
Yeah.
this any so it's so my gun. But what I really wanted to ask you, Neville, is that there's trend that's coming through, and the question is also to you, Kaufi, that people just decide, your daughter comes and says, "Yo, here is Luciano, hulle t-shirts aan, Luciano se ne, Mariki se ne, klaar. And they want to go into the magistrate and boom, it's klaar. Just sign the document, they're done. That's how your daughter comes to you. Or the boyfriend says, "Ek wil so trou, I don't want to spend money."
Of hulle hooftrou.
They will off throw. Would you do it? Would you do it, Neville? Would you give your daughter away like that?
Kijk, I'm not as religiously inclined as I used to be. If my daughter would or my son would come and tell me that hulle wil in die hof gaan trou and that's what they want to do, I will let them be. Yeah. Kyk, Mitch, and I hear what you say. You come from very strong traditional Christian values, etc., etc. I am Christian, and I was raised Christian, even though I don't agree with a lot of, the older I get, with a lot of Christian practices that I used to do. And I'm at a stage of my life where I just let people live their lives, and I don't.
Oh my God. It will be hard for me never
Ek
to
verstaan.
get to. Oh, it will be very hard.
Kalfie?
Calvin?
You see, traditions change. Okay, you've got to remember that. Some traditions are so strongly, entwined in our different communities that they stay longer. But as life carries on, 3, 4, 5, 600 years later, we can find that traditions have changed. For example, a wedding tradition in the German community is called Polterabend.
Polterabend. Yeah.
Polterabend. So what it basically
What was
means,
it direct
what it
translation?
how it was originally done. A porcelain cup was taken, a cup like a coffee cup, and it was thrown on the ground so that it would break. And then the bride and the groom would each get a broom, and they would have to sweep the broken pieces of the cup up and throw it away, because that symbolizes this is their first duty that they've done together. Their first responsibility.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's nice, except if you've got some really cool friends who rock up with a whole lorry of broken porcelain, such as toilet pots, baths, and all
And
that.
they will do it.
Then they dump that in front of your driveway, and then they just drive off again, and you can't get out. There are some other international traditions, like, for example, in France, it's called the banging on the first wedding night.
Excuse
What
me.
type of
Not
banging?
the banging that we think. Basically, what happens? Family and friends would come on the wedding night, on the first evening, to the couple's house, and they would bang on pots and pans for like hours on end, so that they don't get the opportunity to
to
bang. if you like. So the banging happens outside.
Oh my God, man.
Here's a cool one for you, Neville. In Mauritania.
Why don't people continuously do that? That is so cool.
It's cool, man. I love it. This
But
is
here
so cool.
in Mauritania, this one you'll like, Neville, especially you, because the bride gets sent to the fat farm.
Ne?
So the fatter, the better.
Yeah.
So in Mauritania, brides actually work towards getting healthier and chubbier. Yes, it is believed to be a good luck charm in their tradition, so they go to fat farms to gain weight.
Hello.
Even though it has caused many women to fall ill and have health issues. So jy maak die koei vet.
Ja.
Op die plaas en dan stuur jy hom slag. Dan stuur jy hom meatcoat.
I've seen in Afrikaner weddings, boere weddings. I thought it was the most rude thing for people to do, but now I finally understand the tradition. When the groom stands up to speak at Afrikaans weddings,
Yes.
goeienaand almal. Ja, goeienaand. And then you always have a group of men.
It's usually his bachelors.
It's usually his bachelors.
Sy braas.
Sy braas. Ek wil net vanaand vir almal dankie sê. Ja, fok praat klaar.
Ja.
Ma en dit nie ma nie. Nee, ons sê Tannie Susanna. Nee, Tannie Susanna nie. Dis ma. So they would interject.
Oh my
the time.
God, man.
Everything he says is to sort of just throw him off course.
See if you can keep his composure.
Time.
I was at an Afrikaans wedding where the groom managed to get that sorted out. Absolutely.
Is it?
And you know what he did? He changed his speech into a prayer.
Oh my God,
And
man.
he stood in front of them and he just said, Laat ons bid. And
What?
everybody just sunk their head.
What?
And he did his speech out of a religious perspective. And
Shut
at the end,
up.
He said,
That's a clever
Amen.
one.
And he walked off.
That's a
Those guys
clever
were
one.
sitting there.
It's well, that's a clever one. I'll do that too. If I that's a clever one.
Mohausi Boli says, I appreciate tradition. It defines where we come from and why we do things the way that we do it. Weddings, funerals, but not spiritual ceremonies. Those are just waking, sleeping demons. Hopefully in Mzansi, they grab and run after paying lobola, says DC Yamaruru. Who says Stompy 2 magrams? Yeah, 2 magrams. Estomi says, so Neville is a professional long-arm dancer or whatever you call it. Estomish, I am useless in it. My brother-in-law is normally the one that takes my wife for a dance because I'm useless when it comes to that.
Told you.
Mekulu, I should do in and talk about Oshuambo traditional weddings. Sometimes annoying the singing guys. Oh, I a nice man too much. Vambos and Heroes, my own people can't sing. I've made that very clear. Caprivian women like Muhau are expensive. We will charge you for all the degrees she has, and if she qualified and independent, you also be charged for that. You pay money and kettle. We can even say 45,000 and 30 cows if she's childless. Extra charge, Mutumba. Mutumba, I don't disagree with that. If it works for the family, klar. In the Xhosa tradition, if any of the grandparents' children dream that either of their deceased parents are cold in the grave, then a ceremony should be held to cover the grave with a blanket. And this ceremony can cost you up to $20,000. That's why I don't agree with the spiritual ceremonies, speaking with ancestors. Mohau, but our ancestors, in my view, are alive. Winner, why not? We want the flying pumpkin, says Mutumba. And if she is the eldest breadwinner to her parents, it's more. So Malume is a meubelstuk at Trasco. Yeah, it's a meubelstuk. Sylvia. Janice says, is the lobola included in the 150, 20 to 200K? And can a man's the Damara girlies lay by asking for a friend?
Lay by.
Mutumba, I am a plus size. There is no way I will comfortably sit in a pumpkin. Grootneus Damara soos ou Agaba. Ai, ooh, Sebastian Ferris. Never mind. Natalie, that's what happens with my sister in 2020. Ek het hy Kavango mannetjie se familie jammer gekry, Here. Ja, so daai Kavango sal leer as hy jou sister wil mors. Ja, he must work hard for it. You sound like the one that would give me the eye if my mom visits for more than a week. Why would your mother want to visit for more than a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Say moet chip. It's the best om in die hof te trou. My point is that daar is nie lang stories nie, sê Sebastian Ferris. No tradition don't change. People change tradition. Very much, Nadula. Maxwell says, getting married at the court is smart, especially for young people. $45. Judge tells you some things, sign a document, clear. You can have a party after. There's too many young people going into debt, planning huge weddings. I agree. And you guys, I say again, if I had a choice to marry again, I wouldn't pay $200,000 for a wedding. Okay, ek lees nog more comments.
Disagree, never.
That's all right. Nobody is there to help them pay back that money. Joyce Gosse says, imagine I'm Caprivian, married to a Damara, but grew up in Omaruru. The diversity, it was crazy. My brother, when he got married, the groot my family needed to negotiate was Opapa Shipanga. Aha. May he rest well. That negotiations took a year, but it was a beautiful wedding, no doubt. Jerry, ek kry toch die man wat my moet trou, jammer, Tiet sê. Moet dat jou goed en dan wil hulle net in hulle moedertaal praat. Julle sal ons hoor, Natalie. It said the weather.
I agree with the weather and the COVID numbers. I totally agree with you. I must get ignored on the show.
Never mind.
Stefanus, sorry. Oh, coffee. Okay, do your thing.
No, I'm angry now. It's the third day in a row.
Coffee, you yourself said traditions change.
Yeah.
So, ons lees die weather nou laaste. Tradition.
We can do the weather just before we knock off.
Ja.
Want hier is klomp comments. Stefanus, jou moer man.
Stefanus is a
Dan daar ons kosa voor ons trou. Oh, net die koppietjie voor ons trou, says Sebastian Ferris. Natangwe Ipinge says, in the Oshuambo culture, a wedding. Here, Richie. Stefanus is by his snacks. In the Oshuambo culture, a wedding is a family affair. Literally, your parents take pride in the wedding, but it's also a bit costly affair. You must ensure that you buy every auntie a dress for the day and food, but this auntie and uncles bring either a kettle or goat. Yeah, very true. For the festivities, if there's surplus, you as a bride and groom have to keep, and the day of the wedding you receive gifts. Post traditional basket to start. Wambo weddings are serious festivity and a celebration. I'll tell you guys something about Wambo weddings now that I experienced a few years ago. Stefanus James said, die mense word betaal om nuus en weather te lees. Nou laat gaan man. Hey Ro, cheap J. Mekulu says, in Oshuamba, imagine being exchanged with one cow. Wambo wedding is for me the best. Never been to a Damara wedding, says Sylvia. Would love to. Herero weddings have my reservations, but the tradition I'm not very fond of, with all due respect, with Herero weddings. And I'll tell you guys later why. Who keeps saying Herero women can't sing? Seriously, I can sing for sure. Prove us. Send me a video of you singing Estomish and I'll take that decision. Is daai klomp mense, is daai klomp nonsens wat die manne die vroue loop abuse in die trouhuis. Nou moet jy met stress loop sit wat jou ooms veroorsaak het, sê Jürgen Geisep. Maxwell said there was a guy in South Africa that gave his fiance's family huge lobola as well as gifts, nice gifts for the parents, just to get a divorce 1 year later. He then demanded they give everything back to him. That sounds like Mitch right
Leadership right there.
Yeah.
Leadership.
Sylvia says, magistrate is alright, but they must incorporate pre-wedding counseling. Hetero women sing like cows giving birth. I'm a hetero, so I'm allowed to say it. Way, Arikana true. Emilia Magoja says, Mekulu, only now it's one cow. As they see, people do not have as much cattle anymore. However, in the past, it used to be 15 cows and more.
15. Ek koop vir jou 100.
Coffee. Let's do the news.
The news?
The weather.
Yeah.
Let's quickly do the weather. Ons is halfpad deur die show.
Stefanus gaan aan.
Let's do the weather.
You want me to do the weather first and then the coronavirus?
Yeah, let's do the weather. The weather is nicer, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the weather for today. Heavy falls will persist in the Kavango and the Zambezi regions in places and also on Thursday. Okay, so we're going to find that the north of the country, the Kavango and the Zambezi, are going to get very good rains. In the meantime, the interior partly cloudy and hot over the western half, and also in the interior, elsewhere partly cloudy and hot to very hot, with a few to isolated thunder showers, but scattered to widespread thunder showers in the Zambezi and Kavango regions. Then the coast partly cloudy and cool to warm, with the wind moderate to fresh southerly to southwesterly. Then the maximum temperatures, and I've been requested to start with Omuthia. Omuthia 34, Ondangwa 36, and Oshakati 35.
Estomish, do you have the weather of Omuthia now? Since you were asking in particular, Kaufi must tell you the weather in Omuthia.
Important. Yes. Then let's go down all the way down south. The weather in Oraniemund for a change. 24, and then in Windhoek 31, in Katima Mulilo 28. Going to Ochivarongo 33, Rehoboth 32, with Mariental 36 and Keetmanshoop at 33.
Die 12 is 33.
33 maximum.
Ons is af. Gister was ons 34, né?
Yes. And then Gobabas and Beitapos both at 30 degrees respectively. And that was the weather for you.
Coffee, thank you.
Thank
Got
you
that
so
one
much.
out of
Very
the way.
much. Coffee. We'll do COVID at 10 o'clock.
COVID at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the people that would come and say, Wambu weddings are the best, just know that a Nama girl can break up a Wambu marriage anytime. Anytime she wants.
Yes.
Netly kan no en stap en a Wambu trouwen. En klamak. Ik zeg je net.
Now, also a weird wedding tradition in South Korea is a weird wedding tradition in South Korea. At the wedding,
Yeah.
they grab the groom and take his shoes off and his socks off. And then they beat his feet with dead fish.
What the hell is that all about?
That's their tradition. And sometimes they also use bamboo sticks. But they start with dead fish.
That's why they don't have fish rottenness.
And I think we should introduce that tradition in Namibia as well, seeing that we've got some specialist fish people,
So,
so that they don't steal any of our fish. We should beat them up with dead fish.
Tangeni, nee, sorry, Stephanus, James en Aeneas, are you happy now? Want Kalfie word eintlik gesê baie dankie Kalfie.
Okay.
Baie dank. Kyk, ek wil net sê this allegation that Jürgen is making here that Wambu weddings are the best. Damara weddings is net suinig en roomys bakke. Hero weddings moet jy maar jou eie drankies kos en geselskap vat. I agree with the first and the last. The Wambu weddings that I've been to, I've never, ever have been to a dull Wambu wedding. There is an overflow of food
For everyone.
for everyone and alcohol. As ons praat Jürgen van 'n heterotroue eie geselskap, there I agree. I'm not too sure about the kos and drankies. But the reason why I don't like hetero weddings a lot, and this is just my personal experience, my hetero family knows that I'm not full hetero. Okay? Because I'm partly Damara, I'm partly Xhosa, etc., etc. It always feels to me that they use the opportunity at that platform to ridicule me not being pure hetero.
Oh, yeah, no.
And it's always up to a point where it becomes very insulting.
Okay.
And I don't like it personally, and I don't like it when my children, when me, my wife, and my children who are mixed
Yes.
and who
yes.
can't speak hetero fluently
Yes.
are basically addressed in
So it's basically tribal
Yeah. yeah.
degradation.
Yeah. It's very tribal for me. It's very tribalistic for me at my family events where there's funerals and when there's weddings, because they will look at my daughter and see my daughter only speaks Afrikaans
Right.
or English
Yes.
and say Mochi Jomba, and then my daughter comes there. Hello, uncle. Uncle, ami omo yue, sha omo, ekes yo wom. Now you can clearly see that she
shies away from
she
it.
shies away,
Uncomfortable.
and she gets more
He wants
uncomfortable.
everybody to know that Neville, a leer nie sy kinders.
Boy, mbathona, pratina. Ove ka bathona. Mochi ove kashitae. So kashitae is my hero side of my family in Mungunda. Bathona vigwe. Mochi ove Mungunda, sha Mungunda. So I'm like, yeah, uncle, kapena umbauri. No ingira, pratno. So it becomes a whole standoff of trying to ridicule me and my family.
Yes.
And this has happened many a time. So I sack.
Yeah.
And there are some uncles that wouldn't like you because you have a colored lady. Or you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
bumble
yeah.
lady. And they just have that
It
problem.
happens,
Like,
yes.
why didn't you take a hetero lady?
Yeah.
It happens across the color barrier as well. White and black and black and white.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that, you know,
So like Wazeli, who's
Afrikaans.
she's Afrikaans.
Yes.
Have you guys had similar?
No, look,
Like
just
maybe in
remember,
pockets
my
here, there.
parents, from a parent's side of view, it's my parents were both already deceased.
Yeah.
But I don't think my parents would have had an issue with it. You know, neither did her family. But well, her family, mom and dad, first wanted to meet me. But with that first meeting, everything went very well. You know, so all good. But I know that there are some German, Afrikaans, and English families.
Truth be told, my wife's father did not, may he rest in peace, he did
Right.
try and patch things up, you know, towards the end of his life, but he hated the fact that his daughter is getting married to a black man.
Die swarte.
Really?
Yeah, he referred to me as the big wat jy het mos 'n kind by jou gaan gekry. You understand? So, and as a result, I just, you know what, and I'm sharing this very openly, you know,
Yeah.
on a public platform because that's my experience, and
Got
and that is what a lot of black men faced marrying into colored or bastard communities. Jy bring daai swart, kyk daai tyre, ons word mos tyres ook genoem. Jy het mos 'n tyre in hierdie familie
16,
ingebring.
the 17 tires.
Ja,
Racism as well.
racism
Oh, man.
very much. And then tribalism also. A lot of tribalism between hoekom gaan Hero wil nie aanvaar that you're getting married to a Wambu woman or Wambu. I have not very much seen, and I need to be proven wrong. I have not seen Wambus being tribalists marrying somebody Herero or Damara
Yeah,
or whatever.
me too.
Wambus, hey,
But what I'll tell you,
Wambus are some of the nicest. We all have our flaws.
after Damaras and Namas,
But my over Herero people, and I'm speaking from experience, and I can say we're generalizing here.
yeah.
Always an issue with other tribes.
I would be honest, like that, you're right there. Like Hereros, that's the only time I've experienced somebody being too proud to the point where they have to diminish another tribe and again like
That's not even proud. That's just the tribalist.
tribalist. Yeah, and it's not, and I guess like yo man, what the hell can. But I've went through what you went through, like with like at the Wambu side of my family. No my boostman.
Oh, so
Yeah.
just Kwangara.
No my boostman. So but my brothers like hulle groot man, and yeah, if you look at them you see a Wambu, like oh that is a Wambu. If you look at me, you don't see you see a Nama.
Yeah, ek sien Nama.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
so-
see Wambu in you.
That's what I'm saying. So now we go to my grandfather's place.
Are you Wambu from your father's side?
From my mother's side.
Ah.
My mom is a Wambu.
And your father
My
is
father is a Damara Nama.
How did
Nama
you-
Damara actually. Yeah.
Yara, that's weird.
My father is like moet ek say is a bushman. He's like a
Bushman,
Sen, yeah.
Bushman is a derogatory term.
Yeah.
You shouldn't say that.
You told me the
He's a
other
son.
day. Yeah, he's a son. So and his name is Osap, and Sa means son in.
Oh.
His name is even Osap. So like the light in
skin.
complexion thing comes from there. But we'll go there, and my brothers speak now fluently or Shivambu and all that, and they would treat them much more better than they would treat me.
Because you are.
Yeah, and just like you said, they're doing to your daughter. Every time those guys want to make sure, like, hey, deep Usmanki, you can't speak this language, you can't, you know.
no, you
they would
see-
like to make, and like, then they'll call my mom, and then like, begin skel my ma.
Berating her
Yeah.
that you were not taught the language.
Yeah, how long has it been? You know?
Asino Kamikiti say apparently there was a tradition whereby the groom take on one of the bride's aunties in a room, right? If the auntie comes out, hands up, the wedding is on, but hands down, no wedding take place. Wat gaan maak die man met die auntie in die kamer? Tangeni with the capital. Whether at the oily rigs, we need to be informed about newfound treasure, says Tangeni. Since I started watching the show 2 years ago, I've learned a lot, improved a bit on Shine's Afrikaans skills. I used to think there's only 6 tribes in Namibia. Shocker. Thanks, Estomich. Joshua Adula says, why is Fly Katima wedding so secretive? You never hear weddings happening in the far north. Joshua, that is very true, eh? I don't hear a lot about Katima weddings. So the aunt will test the mic? Yes, she will test the mic. That's what it seems. What tradition is that? The broom jumping ritual?
Isn't it Jewish?
Yeah, that sounds Jewish.
Yeah.
Estomich, yeah, jump over the broom. Estomich says, Neville, you have said on the show you have never attended a hero wedding. So when did you experience? I don't know when I said that, Estomich, but I've been to family weddings, which is hero weddings, and I'm just saying, yeah. Taishon, wat jou arme kind stout maak, die toppie is baie stout. Die moegu kan nie eens een hero woord sê nie. That brother of mine. Dis hoe swak hy. Esther says, those uncles should wait for my kids to come. They'll speak Norwegian. Mutumba says, Neville, isn't that part of the reason your Overhero Royal House leaders are fighting each other? They want to keep the bloodline pure and not mix. And that is the bullshit that is happening in the Hero traditional authority at the moment, that we can't choose now who's the new leader. Ronnie Joe, my paternal side, my father's side is Shirimuye, okay? But I don't identify with my Shirimuye side, with all due respect, because I wasn't raised by my father. I know very little about him, but I have a golden relationship with my paternal brothers and sisters. I love them to bits, but I cannot identify as a Shirimoya. I identify through my mother's family because I didn't really know my father. Kaloy says, Vambus are money racists. Lately, they want their kids to get married in a rich family. Bonnie Kaliki, those are big brothers of Mitch, says Joshua Hadula. Hero men marry Wambo woman or even date, but Wambo men sal jou date maar gaan trou 'n ander Wambo juffrou of nurse in die noorde. Says Sylvia. It always makes me laugh when I witness bastards and coloreds being racist towards black people, forgetting where they come from. Yes, they are namas. Please defend that if you are a bastard or colored, and I say this, they are namas mixed with German or Portuguese or Scottish or Irish, but their maternal side is nama. Yes, I have dated colored girls in Swakop and in Windhoek, and you can see how angry colored men get. Even the mothers get secretly angry because they want grandkids that look more Caucasian. The truth.
Jy moet net geld hê. Ek dink geld equalize anything.
Ja, ek is ook 'n Kwangara, Stephanus James. You are right. So right, bra, date a Wambo and go visit the family in the north. Neville Jisami say, aha. So you also have a problem like that. Irivari is a mix between Khoisan and Wambo. That is, but Irivari looks more Khoi than anything else. I'm a German Damra, happily married to a Wambo man for 14 years, but my dad did not like my husband. Now, hoor nou net daar, Gladness Timothy. My cousin, hi Maria, hi Tuva. My cousin married a man from Katima. I love their weddings. They have a dance where they throw money to the bride and groom. Love it, says Tuva. My ex-German husband had it easy, says Norma Guth, but I went through hell here in Germany from his parents. Yeah,
Because he had it easy.
we know why you went through hell
Because he had it easy.
with his parents. Because das ist uns schwarzen Leuten.
We could talk about mother-in-laws after this. No?
I can tell you that I've had the best, I have the best relationship with my mother-in-law.
Me too.
I don't understand these mother-in-law jokes that I normally hear from my Afrikaner friends because I mostly hear skoonma grappe. I don't know these problems.
Jou skoonma moet drank. Jy sal hy probleme
Always
ken.
buy your mother-in-law a broom. So
There
she
you
can
go.
fly out the window.
Maar never. Ek kan
There you go.
Ek het nie 'n skoonma probleem nie. It's net like, you know, when people are just like, as mense daarvan hom of hulle de isolate net like, jy kom by die huis, almal was na, bla 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 bla, jy kom dan almal is net.
Hier kom
It's
ek.
like,
Hier kom ek.
Yo, but then you never had a problem probably like this, like yeah, J, but the problem is with, you know, the attitude change and everything. But yeah, I've never had a problem like this before, yeah.
Maria says Iri is actually just coy. It's just because he grew up in a Wambu speaking community at Oshivela. Oh, okay. Yeah, because he looks very, very, very coy. Can't wait for a German and son wedding. Excuse me, Joshua Hadula.
Sorry, Joshua.
I've seen many German and son weddings and relationships. The fact that you see coloreds today, coloreds and busters, is a result of a German and son
Relationships.
klofs. Ja, julle ken nga goed 'n koffie.
What? But I mean, this comment, the comment that Mutumba also said in terms of, you know, when you were speaking about how at certain weddings you've been ridiculized by other Herero people.
Yeah.
You know, is it, and that's the valid question that he had, is it to, you know, are they wanting to ensure that their bloodlines, their Herero bloodlines are staying pure? That they don't like that invasion? Because if that is true, then one could basically compare that to Hitler's Aryan race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Neville, jy sal nie in die WhatsApp groep ge-add word.
How
En die
can
pure heroes.
how can if you look at the Ova Herero tribe today, 60 to 70% of the Ova Herero tribe are probably light-skinned people,
Okay.
which means that part of the 60 to 70% of them have German ancestry anyway. So how can you say you want anybody pure?
But as Namibians, are we not going to see more Chinese features
Of course, and that's not the problem
in
with
the
that.
future?
Yeah, but like for them it's like most like white. By ons, iewers in die family tree moet jy bietjie skuif. You will have to move. You can go like Herero. You'll go to German, then you iewers in die family tree sal daar skuif wees.
If I look at some of the other tribes that got married into our family, we have Wambu, we have Caprivian or Zambezi,
Bruh.
we have German, we have Swiss, we have Damara, Nama. We have all tribes that cross married into each other. So the children born out of this matrimonies or marriages, these children are mixed. We even have Portuguese.
Ja. Kijk, as hoekom ek altyd gesê het, ons sal nooit die civil war goede kan hê hier in Namibia. Wie wil vir Caribas en Angola doodmaak? Who are you gonna kill? Like, hier in Namibia, jy man net die story los. Just leave it. Karibas in Angola. As your near big level.
Kalfi, I swear, if I would go back in your ancestry, as German as you are today, I swear 200 years down the line, I'll probably find some Polish, some Russian, some...
Sure. I mean, how long has humankind been in existence?
Hello.
You know, and if we take it all from a Bible perspective, we all came from two people.
Yes,
Well,
we came from two people.
that's it. So can
Exactly.
you imagine in your soul, how many other people are part of your soul, Neville?
Yeah.
You know?
Good question. There are so many people who basically shaped me as to who I am today.
Yeah,
People I
sure.
know and people who I don't know.
Yep.
Esther Mish says she's 100% Vikingized. I am going to Valhalla, ja, Here, to go chill with the big boy Odin and Ragnar. Esther Mish, a good question. Do your everyday Scandinavian or Norwegian, do they still believe in Valhalla? Do they still see
What is Valhalla?
Valhalla is the heaven.
Your heaven.
It's the heaven of the Scandinavians. That's historically, they wouldn't say heaven. They say I'm going to Valhalla. That's where you meet your ancestors and your etc. etc. As much as black people before Christianity came to Africa, where we say, you know what, if they die, they'd say that they go and meet their ancestors. Let's not forget that hetero men used to chop nama and sun women as well. Very true.
Very true.
This is why you find light-skinned heteros with nama-type features. They are not all German heteros, as many love to claim. Maxwell, very, very, very true. Very, very, very true.
I have a question. Remember a couple of weeks ago, you explained the two main divisions, well, not divisions, tribes in the Herero people. You get the
Ova
red-
Herero and
Ova
the
Herero,
Ombandero.
Umbandero, the red and the green.
Green, yeah.
Now, do we find more light-skinned Hereros in the one than in the other?
No,
or
it's
is
difficult.
it all across?
It's all across.
All across, okay.
It's all across.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the one, sorry, if I may, is the one more conservative than the other one? Also not.
It is this colored bastard bullshit. It's the same.
Okay.
I think I'm better than you.
Yeah, okay.
It's
good.
it's really it's
like-
political crap that does not take us anywhere.
Yeah, sure.
Really, it's a never-ending squabble that does not get us anywhere.
Anyway.
I have a fun one for you guys here. So now, because we have already put out no heteros as well, the fromens as well, and what. Now create your perfect Namibian girl. Met al die features must know. Wat sit jy waar? Nou create daar is die hele puzzle never.
For me personally,
Ja, met die manieren, die body features. Nou moet je alles bijzetten van al die taal, al die naties.
yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult. Nama body,
Okay. The whole body.
yeah.
Oh my god, man.
I love Nama body, German legs.
German legs.
White women have beautiful legs. Hulle lekker kuite. Yeah, that's what we've seen.
Groot
Dus je komt hier
Groot
van
keten.
IPC als jullie lopen. Is waar vanaf die keten komt.
Dis hoekom ons Duitsers, we should have been working for Namib. We wouldn't have had this disaster because ons sou die jumbos aan die brand gesit. Met daai kyk.
En hulle is kop hard, even die German players, jy sien foto's. Ja. Jy hoor net die commentator.
German legs,
Okay.
Nama torso,
Okay.
Wambo arms because hulle is slat hard.
Oh my god, man.
the face. I mean, my wife is a mixture of Indian, Nama, German. Indian Nama, German, all of that. Yeah. Yeah, but
For me, it's
Oba Herero, Wambo,
okay. For me,
Dai Mahango bene van die Wambos.
for me the perfect girl. Kijk, zij geniet homself, maar ze tenminste iets van ze ongeveer mensen gezegd. Voor mij is het
But
nummer
the humility of Wambo women, of the Ovambo tribe. If I can have that.
Ja.
Yeah. Hey, Maria Ganjay. Yeah.
For me-
Ganjay. Yeah.
Never for me is Nama booty. Of course, German or Afrikaner legs. Nee? Then the torso. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A Kavango torso. Like a Caprivian. It must be there. Because they can move and the booty still. But
Those Caprivian women,
they can move.
beautiful. And yeah.
So I create that. So the face, I would say buster. The hair, I would say colored.
Okay.
With the soul, her soul must be. She must have a Ndonga soul.
Why Ndonga?
A German beer belly.
Yeah. Nama toast. The toast must be Nama.
toast.
Yeah. Nama toast.
Nama toast. Not namaste, but nama toast.
My toast. Okay, and then her hustle must be of a Ganjera. Her hustle, her
moet
mindset.
hustle.
She must have a
Hustle.
Ganjera mindset.
Okay.
Nee?
Ja.
Sy moet die zak maak.
Ze moet die zak maken. Ja, dat is my perfect Namibian girl.
Is it? Okay. Kom ons lees gou die laaste. Koffie, ons gaan nie vir jou vra nie. Ons ken klaar. You are a... Kijk, Koffie is a white conservative German. Finish and klaar.
I'm not.
Ja.
You see, there I get put into a box again.
Koffie, okay, create your girl. Create your dream girl, Koffie.
We can't.
I've got one.
Okay.
That's my dream girl.
Ons
She
lees-
must look like Zelly.
Daar's dit. Is klaar.
I found one. I don't have to dream one. I get klaar
We are
kry.
creating the girl.
Yeah, I know, but that is already there. She's already there.
And the only reason I'm saying these things on air is because Mevrouw is not watching the show.
We'll email her the show.
Kom ek lees gou die laaste paar comments. Yeah, Maria, true. Very. It's very colorist. It's colorism. There's a Viking event every year in the summer. Every Viking clothes, swords, display, and more. That's very interesting. Wat maakt die Xhosa manne? Vra Vanessa Koibeb. Los. Yeah. Ek wil net 'n Xhosa man trou sê I think Natalie said it. Daar is nie 'n verskil nie. Hulle is net heteros. This is what Sylvia Wakumbwa says. Caprivian mixed with German, that's a bonus. Namibian girl, says Joshua Hadula. Hetero has the holy fire cool tradition. And that's a tradition that I love, Estomich. I will not be told that there's something demonic about the holy fire. Omuriro. And I love that. Athletic Lex Neville, me and Naomi Campbell. You are model. Toch, Estomich. Model is for the pictures. I don't want a model, asseblief. Ek soek na goede. Ja. Mohou, jy sê jy wil die kruis dra. Mag die Here met jou wees sterk. I can't claim the Mafwe throne because I'm half Mafwe from grandpa and Subia from my grandma. Kyk nou net daar. So automatically I'm disqualified because of that. Such nonsense. Ja, Tuva. Yeah. Hero head, Nama body, sun hair, Wambo feet. Last but not least, colored hair, says Joshua Hadula. Shora Kawenji says, onze Sambedaye Neville, Nama girls is geseën. Lekker goed te die. Maxwell say, Kavango, Wambu, Lani face, Nama, hero, booty, legs, arms can be anything else. Yo, julle bou mos gevaarlike goed hierso. Manne, I'm halfway there. All my girls were thick. Stefanus James sê ek is 'n eenvoudige man. Ek soek 'n vrou met blou oë, groot tiete.
Nee, man.
Sis.
He's honest.
Ja, hy's honest.
Yes.
Net hulle sê Mitch, jy was nog nie opgedans van 'n Caprivian nie, né? Kry jou jammer. Ek was
I want to suffer.
Asino says, what I like about the Shuamba weddings is the goats and the cattle left over very much. The average stick, Tamara Caprivian Zulu head to toe. Say Muhao. So never won't date the no ankles ladies. Yeah. Wambo's got Castello legs.
These people there.
Woo, Ronnie. Joshua Abdullah says dream, German eyes, Herero head, Nama body, Wambo feet. You guys are hilarious.
feet?
Ek weet nie hoe lyk Wambo. Maria, hoe lyk Wambo voete? Huh?
Nama feet and yeah, Nama colored feet.
Hey, Joshua Hadula, I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Okay? We left out Tswana women.
Yeah.
Hey, Koffie, play J still. Ons praat nie met jou nie.
Yeah.
Welcome for
I'm now
coffee.
interested.
Now you're interested.
Vertel.
No. Tswana women. Okay, we must also put them in the.
It's koi.
Yeah, we must put them in that category.
It's koi.
Yeah.
Is nagoede.
It's not good. Okay, I should.
Sorry, Askies. Koffie,
Askies.
can you quickly give us the coronavirus? Koffie sit daar. Koffie is net corona. Give us the coronavirus.
The coronavirus cases, newly confirmed cases in Namibia, 10 recoveries, 2,117, Neville.
Recoveries.
Yes, so active cases, we are standing on 226
Hello.
with
2,000.
0 deaths.
Hello.
Wanneer praat om met
And that is why I say the Ministry of Health and Social, they've got these stats wrong. How can we get overnight 2,117 recoveries?
onze mensen behave.
Ja, wat is jou probleem?
Active cases 226. I think, well, this wearing of masks thing and what we can stop that
I'm
now.
tired
I'm also
of
tired.
wearing.
No deaths, we're sitting with 226
Ik is ook
people.
moe. Altijd, ik is moe voor die mask.
Active.
I won't lie to you. I mean, the show that me and Mevrouw attended on Saturday.
Yes.
Kerr, my broer.
Los
Ja.
toch nou die maskers.
Ek kan nie. Estomish, quickly before we leave the show.
Build your man,
Well,
okay.
Yeah, build your man. Go. Before we sign off.
She's going to take a Viking.
Okay.
Pure Viking. Ene met 'n groot hamer.
En zo'n baard dat zo afkomt nu.
And
En lang je.
his name must be Thor. That the morning after you, she's going to ask him, or he's going to ask her, what's your name?
Jij is
And
een
he's gonna-
bochter. Jij
she's
is een
gonna
pure
ask him,
wampuni.
what's your name? He's going to say, I'm Thor. She's going to say, I'm so Thor, I can't even pee straight.
Kauf man. Koffie. Kauf. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm out.
I'm Thor.
You Thor.
Because we've got a
Thor,
hammer.
I can't even pee straight. Mike Tyson Thor.
Okay. Zet ons weer in bas in, never.
Ek sien Asino kan bietjie die Asino, it's difficult to say Himba, okay? Because Ova Himba, Ova Herero, Ova Mbanderiu, it's the same people. It's finishing klaar. Hoor kama Teshon said the morning mix and turn the same WhatsApp group. Sack man. Yeah, Mutumba.
We must go. We must
Yeah,
end
come
it.
on, let's end the show. Guys, thank you so much.
It's
Thank
been so
you.
much fun today.
It was been so much fun today. See you guys tomorrow, same place, same time.
Stay safe.
Thor.